Eventual Jackie Dumpson, check it out. Now, let me tell you this, okay? Chris Brown is no media darling, okay? That's no surprise to no one. It shouldn't be, because after he slapped and uppercut Rihanna, which is not a joking matter, he was definitely a outcast in music and just in the world in general. I mean, a woman beater will never be, like, cool, okay? Now, after that, right, we saw that he's been trying to repair his career. Okay, now, this is where I'm always cautious when it comes to Briss Breezy stories, is that we see media outlets who obviously they're not going to embrace Chris Brown, but they definitely play off the fact that people have an imagery of Chris Brown that he's a hyper-aggressive motherfucking light-skinned Negro who wants to be a gangbanger. So when I hear stories about he assaulted another chick, he assaulted somebody else, he had an outburst, unless I got physical proof or I see the video, I say allegedly. Okay, allegedly, because we've seen in a bunch of cases where Chris Brown has spoken up against a media report that he did something and we realized he was actually telling the truth. So, I mean, the media credibility when it comes to, like, saying what Chris Brown did is never full. So, there's a guy, right? His name is Mike G. Apparently, he was hired by Briss Breezy in the wake of the Rihanna incident to help repair Chris Breezy's reputation. Okay, he was down in the dumps. Nobody was fucking with him. He couldn't go on tour, couldn't go on TV. So somebody said, you know what, yo, listen, I'll help you repair your reputation. Just hire me. The guy name is Mike G. Now, the guy named Mike G, he's suing Chris Brown for a ton of shit, okay? Included in a 12-page lawsuit, he outlines 6 complaints: assault, battery, false imprisonment, which means kidnapping, emotional distress, breach of contract, and breach of contract of good faith and fair dealing, okay? He's not asking for a specific amount, but that could be added later and also could be determined by a judge. Now, this is what he's alleging, right? He said all of a sudden, out of the blue, Briss Breezy locks him in a room and says, we about to fight for 30 seconds. I mean, you got to follow along with this in common sense. You are paying a guy to work for you. Then you lock him in a room and you say, we got to fight for 30 seconds. Now, Chris Brown might be a nut, but this sounds like some next level shit. Now, he says he tries to leave the room and then Chris Brown hooks off on him. Chris Brown hits him in the face, hits him in the neck, and he hit him so hard, and he's calling it a sucker punch, he said he had to go to the emergency room. Okay? Now, it sounds real crazy, and if you listen to all the narratives and all the stories you heard about Briss Breezy before, you're like, damn, yo, Chris Brown is really out of control. Now, there's 3 sides to every story. There's Mike G's side in this case, and then there's Chris Brown's side, then the truth. Now, Chris Brown has actually came out on Instagram because he wants to let us know his side of the story, okay? In his side, he said this.
Okay, you knew it was coming. You knew it was fucking coming. I'm under this goddamn light to make it seem more serious. Okay, niggas is getting mad and filing lawsuits because I fired them because they're stealing money. You're stealing money, pal. So, you're mad because you're no longer existent. It's all right. We're going to keep pushing. God bless you. Wish you the best of luck. Mr. Petty Pants himself, I'll declare it. I'm not finna entertain this petty shit. Because don't nobody come out clean in the shit throwing contest. And I could throw a big piece of shit. I'm talking about massive chunk. I'm talking about, it's like elephant shit mixed with donkey shit. Might even be a little bit of rabbit pebbles. But I would throw the biggest piece of shit. So we're not gonna play these games. We're gonna let these people do what they do, and I'm gonna keep getting this money. Thank y'all for, man, supporting me on this tour, killing it. We just gonna keep doing our thing, man. Fuck everybody else. Fuck all that other shit.
Okay, now if you hear what he's saying, just interpret. Basically, he's saying the nigga stole money from me. And basically, he ain't really admit to beating him up, but he said he stole money and he got fired. That's what it is, okay? Now, the truth probably lies somewhere in between. Possibly the guy stole money and got his ass beat, which, whether either is true, it will be determined in a court of law. But I'm going to just say, man, let's chill out with the rush of judgment. I think Chris Brown does get a bad rep at times, but even more so, he seems to not give a fuck about trying to make sure he stays completely clean. So, again, it's kind of his fault, but not always his fault. All I'm going to say is let's just at least keep an open mind. He's being sued for beating up a guy that he hired, but he's claiming the guy stole from him. Okay, this kind of reminds me of the Rick Ross situation. However, keep in mind in this situation, right? And because this happened on May 10th, Chris Brown is not arrested. So if the police looked at it and be like, we ain't got enough evidence to arrest you, and he's just filing a civil lawsuit, it possibly says that the police had no proof that this went down. They ain't got no bruising pictures. They ain't got no, he might have hospital records, but there is nothing that links Chris Brown to this possible crime that they could arrest him. Because trust me, they would definitely arrest Chris Brown. But the guy's definitely suing, so we'll see where the truth is. Get in the comment box. Make sure you guys like, definitely subscribe to Akademiks. I'm out.